Hello guys, it's Michael here, and for this video I've decided that what I would do is I would go through this video here, DSP's life story. It's kind of the Rosetta Stone for Phil's work history and home history. It's a good resource to, get a fuller picture of what Phil was like before YouTube. I'm not going to go through it. What I've done is I've went through the video and outlined his work history. I've made some notes as well, just to get a full picture of the post-college gap between Phil and going full-time on YouTube. As you can see here, I've listed this. All this information I've got from the video itself. Phil, when it comes to jobs, he doesn't mention hours. He rarely mentions any gaps between them, so I've just got to assume that he goes from job to job to job. When it comes to whether it was part-time or full-time, I factored in college and high school. So for these two jobs here, he apparently did for 7 years in total, both retail jobs. Phil mentions that the health food place that he worked in Connecticut paid for FGC events. Circuit City, that was late college, which again was maybe 2003, 2004. Said as soon as he got his degree, he kind of ditched it and went to Wells Fargo. And that would have ran from 2004 to 2005. He pissed his manager off because apparently he has a moral code apparently when it comes to financial institutions, which I can't quite believe. But I believe actually there's another story about this. I believe Kevlar put that video up where he was actually just not making his leads, and he had a moan at his manager for saying, "Why are you giving me these terrible leads?" And the reality is it's because you knew. But I've digressed there. Evo 2005, he mentions, came in between those two jobs, and I would definitely imagine, now that college is out of the way, that is actually a full-time position. So I'm going to make an assumption that every position after Circuit City was full-time, so you're talking 6 years worth of employment being full-time. And he says that in Evo 2005 he racked up a ton of credit card debt to go there, when he's said that that was paying for FGC events. And I know Connecticut to Vegas is coast to coast, but still, he was also lived with his parents. So where was that money going? Was he trying to just power through his student loans? What was he doing? What was he doing to spend that money just to go coast to coast for a week? Oh well. But after Evo 2005, he got himself a new job at Best Buy. Yeah, that was a short-lived kind of one. I believe April 2006. I've got that date because back when he posted on the Shoryuken forums, he moaned about Best Buy giving them the boot. And that was about April 2006. And then he went straight into helicopter supporting. He also mentions about Best Buy that he went to tribunal for unfair dismissal, which there is documentation that agrees with that. And he said he got a massive settlement. So again, money. His final working job before YouTube was the helicopter supporting. Again, it was a customer service role where he, by the sounds of it, ordered parts for customers through the Sikorsky supply chain. So I'd imagine he's just part picking there. That ended, I think, October 2009. And by that time, he had moved into the Connecticut condo, having worked 12 years straight on various jobs. And I also mentioned as well that he did rent a place during his Wells Fargo stint. A 3-bedroom place with 2 other roommates, so I'd imagine they were splitting bills 3 ways. And then moved back to his parents in 2005. So that's another 4 years where he was living with his parents and working. So that always weirds me out. As like, right, you're racking up credit card bill debt, but you're living with your parents. What? Where's it going? With people that actually do manage and talk about their own debt, they talk about the payments that they're making. You know when they've got one off their plate because they'll tell you about it. And they'll say, right, all I've got to do is deal with these car payments, these loan payments, etc. Phil doesn't do that. Phil just looks for another boogeyman usually, and currently it's tax. He's went from state back payments to current state payments to Fed back payments to current Fed payments. All the while, he's got a work history and a living history that implies that he was doing all right before YouTube, and then once he got YouTube and added Patreon, and he's obviously his Twitch income is accounted for pretty well because you can go through the APIs and you can just find and track tips, cheers, and subs. It really doesn't. I know he's got 2 homes, but it's I don't get it.